Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner because we got some new hardware, baby. We're going to unbox this thing. We're going to set it up. We're going to tell you about all the specs, the features, the fun nuances of this device. But first, let's spin that intro. All right, so here we are, and yeah, we have a new device. Before we unbox this thing, we'll do a quick disclaimer. The following item was received free of charge. However, this is not a paid sponsorship, so the opinions in this video are that of my own. That means I can say whatever I want and whatever my real opinion is on this device, of course, on whether or not you should buy it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this thing and get it going. You know what time it is, baby. RGB knife. Engage. So you're probably saying, Altered, what's in the box? But you already know what's in the box because you saw the thumbnail and you clicked in onto it. So yeah, without further ado, let's just open this thing. So recently we were looking around on the internet and we spied this thing and we thought, hey, this thing looks pretty sweet. So we reached out to the company and we were like, hey, we're interested in possibly reviewing this item. They reached back and they were really cordial and blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, they sent it quickly. And we're gonna open it up and we're gonna see if it's worth the cost, first and foremost. All right, so it's really well packaged. So first and foremost, let's take it out of the box and let's get that out of the, I don't know. Anyway, it'll clean up. So right there, Bitaxe Gamma. It comes in a really nice box, but this is not an ordinary Bitaxe Gamma. Of course, we've already got like 6 Bitaxe Gammas, all kinds of different variations, but this one's unique. This one is not one that we've had yet, and so that's why we were really interested in checking it out. So again, this was from Zeus Mining. The website is Zeus BTC Mining, I believe. We'll have to make sure to pop that up on the screen to verify. But this is actually the Bitaxe Whitepaper edition, and it comes again in a really nice box. It says Bitaxe Gamma, why Zeus Mining? Since 2016, Zeus Mining is focused on providing technical support, high performance ASIC mining, repair parts and tools to global miner enthusiasts. Yeah, that's the plug. That's the plug you get right there. They sent me the black. I didn't want the black. I wanted the white, so that's kind of a bummer right there, right off the bat. Hopefully they gave me the white and the box is wrong, but I wanted the white paper edition. The black's kind of meh. We'll see. Maybe it'll look better than I thought. On the side it says low noise, energy saving, efficient Wi-Fi, live view. That's just every Bitaxe Gamma. On the back, it just goes in on to some details on how it works, why Zeus Mining, etc., etc. They have a lot more than just little solo miners. They have big boy miners and big boy accessories for those miners. Again, check out the links down in the description. But without further ado, let's open this thing up and just take a view. So first and foremost, you open it up. Right on the top, you got a little metal plaque. And the plaque is definitely, it's nice. It's aluminum, it feels like. Etched aluminum, and then it has a clear coating protective layer. So let's go ahead and pull that off. You ready for the satisfying peel? I didn't think there'd be a satisfying peel on this one. Ready? Man, that was a tough. Yeah. Okay, that was a good one. A little extra on the top. Okay, so yeah, this is basically a little piece of the Bitcoin white paper. It says Satoshi Nakamoto, and then it says bitcoin.org, and then it says abstract, and it actually goes into the Bitcoin white paper. So that's really cool. The metal plaque on this thing is what makes this kind of cool. The stand itself, and again, the white one is what I wanted, but yeah, we'll see. They did give me the white one. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So let's take a look at this thing just real quick. Then we'll go over the specs and the features of it. But right off the bat, look how pretty this thing is. It's a white PCB compared to a normal black PCB, the board itself. And it is a Bitaxe 601, which is the Gamma BM1370 chip. And of course, that means it runs like 1.2 terahash on around 25 watts, give or take. But then it has a really nice server type fan, but it has a custom shroud around it, like feels like a 3D print type shroud, but it's a custom shroud. And then the LCD display has a enclosure, which is different than any other one. They usually just have a loose screen. Then of course the mounting system is different on this, the aluminum heatsink, but we're going to dig into the specs and features. I just wanted to do a quick look at this thing. We're going to do a really good close-up look, but first let's finish unboxing this thing, and then we'll do a close-up look. We'll go over the specs, features, and all that fun thing. So of course, there's our Bitaxe Gamma. There is our metal plaque for the back. Let's see what else is in this here box. There is a plug adapter. So US plug adapter, and then there's another plug adapter for Europe. You have your power supply, and it's the standard barrel jack. I bet this is only a 30 watt, 25 watts. So this is a little underpowered for any kind of overclocking, which is a little sad, but we don't use these that often anyway. So then you put in your little clip, and then now it's ready for US socket. What else is in here? The stand itself is in there, so let's pull the stand out. And it's all in a really nice foam enclosure. So this is the bottom of the stand, and this is the back of the stand. It actually kind of goes like this, and then the metal plaque goes behind it. Your Bitaxe goes on top. Here's the sled that you would put your sled in, stick it in there. Bitaxe will go right there. What else do we have? Another plug adapter and another plug adapter. So in my opinion, this is kind of a waste of money the way they do these. It just seems less efficient than doing US specific, Europe specific, wherever, but I digress. So we got a number of extra plug sockets or adapters in there. Okay, so that's everything in the box. So let's do a really good, we'll time work, we'll do a close-up look of it already set up and running, and then we'll come back and we'll go over the specs, the features, and the setup and all that. So let's go. All right, she is a beaut. So let's go over the specs on this thing, and then we'll take a look at some of the features, because again, this is a unique Bitaxe. It has some really nice upgrades and nice features other than just being cosmetically a pretty miner. So first and foremost, Bitaxe Gamma, it's the 601. That means it runs on the BM1370 chip. We picked this up from ZeusBTC.com, and the company is Zeus Mining. Since it's a BTC miner, that means it runs on the SHA-256 algorithm. It is 1.2 terahashes of mining power, and it is using 15 watts. Of course, that all kind of depends on how you clock it and whatnot. And then it runs on 5 volts power, and or 5 volt power, and right there is your power supply. So that is the specs of this thing. So what is a solo miner? A solo miner means it's usually these lower power miners that are designed specifically to, you put it on the Bitcoin algorithm, or you can conversely put it on any SHA-250 algorithm coin, such as Bitcoin Cash. And then there's a myriad of other coins that also run on that you can mine on. So when you put it on the on a solo type device, means that you're mining on a solo pool. That means if you hit a block, you earn the entire block reward. The current reward right now for Bitcoin is 3.125. That means you hit a block, you get 3.125 Bitcoin directly to your wallet address. Of course, the pool usually will take 1% or 2% depending on what the pool is. So make sure to check your pool fees before you set up and ensure that what they're taking versus what you get. So yeah, that is the specs on this guy. Now let's take a close-up look of some of the features that make this thing stand out, that make it different. So let's move the box out of the way over here. So first and foremost, you saw from the close-up view that it has the oversized aluminum heatsink on here. But what I love about this is not just that it has an oversized heatsink, is that it has 4 points of contact. A lot of the Bitaxes will only put caddy corner, one on each side. This has 4 screws with nuts, and then the spring retention screws. So this is mounted just like you would mount most CPU coolers on there. And why does that matter? Why does it matter if you're mounting 4 spots versus 2? Well, if you're mounting 2, that thing has flex. It has the ability to rock. When it's mounted like this with the retention springs, that means you're getting a very even pressure across the entire die. So as long as they put a good amount of, or the right amount of thermal compound and not some really junk thermal compound on there, when they screw this thing down, it's gonna get a really good coverage on that chip. That chip is gonna stay nice and cool. And hey man, that is a huge win. So that's the first major upgrade that I noticed, other than the Cosmetic. Of course, the Cosmetic, you have this nice sheath cover around the fan. You've got the nice covering around the LCD screen. And then you have the white PCB board. Let's take a closer look around. So it does only have one 4-pin connector, which is the larger 4-pin PWM fan connector. Some of the Bitaxes will have a micro and a regular size. This one only has one, so you can't just easily add a second fan like on the back of this style because it only has the one fan header. Let's flip over the back. Nothing out of the ordinary on the back. The power looks normal. There is no quick toggle. It does have the USB-C, so you can power it with USB-C power. Oh, actually, it has a power and reboot right here on the side, so that's nice. Nice location where those are at. And that is a number of the cosmetic upgrades. And then of course the stand itself. So let's just take a look at this. It is a 3-piece stand. So you've got your nice base block like this. You've got your nice next like raised platform. And then you have a stand like this. This kind of stand I like that have the pegs because you don't have to try to put screws in there to mount them. And if it's done right, it should fit pretty snug. So yeah, it fits pretty good. And then you drop it just down into your mount. Except I got it backwards, okay, apparently. And my fan fell out. I gotta have that fan in there better. So let's flip this over. There we go. And there, that is, oh, let's put our metal plate in there. There is the display. This is a display unit, right? So it's just a pretty unit to overall just to look at, to set it up, to run, and then it's a conversation piece. So you set one of these up on your coffee table, friend walks in, they're gonna be like, what's that? Tell me all about it. I want to know, where'd you get it? Setup. So for setup for this thing, it's pretty easy peasy. You literally just do your physical setup. You plug this into the wall. You plug your barrel jack into the side here. If you don't have this kind of charger, you can use the USB-C as I had mentioned, but you just plug it into the wall. Bam, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There is your physical setup for a Bitaxe Gamma. Now, for the actual setup of it, I'll do a quick summary. If you need the full in-depth setup on this, check out the video up above. It goes through all the nuances of how to set up your Wi-Fi, how to find a mining pool, how to plug in all that information, your Bitcoin wallet address, etc., etc. Check out that video. For now, we're just gonna do an abbreviated. I'll go through the steps. First and foremost, plug it in, let it start to fire up. Then you need to connect this device to some kind of mobile device. So you can use your phone, a tablet, a laptop. You would change your Wi-Fi. You would find this device, which would show up as a Bitaxe in the Wi-Fi networks that are available. Connect the device to your phone or again, your other mobile device. You will open a browser, you go to 192.168.4.1. That will get you into the Axe OS software. From the Axe OS software, you will then go to the network, you will add your Wi-Fi SSID and password. You'll save it. Then you'll go to the tab to do setup. You'll add your mining configuration. You'll add your pool, your port, your wallet address, .worker name, and you'll save it. You'll reboot this thing. It'll fire right up. Then alternatively, you can update the firmware. Check out that video up above if you need to know how to update the firmware to the latest firmware and the web GUI. Then you can overclock, you can tinker, you can play with it. But yeah, that's the abbreviated setup. So now, most importantly, what's the cost? Where did I get it? And should you buy this? So again, I already told you we got this from ZeusBTC.com, which is the Zeus Mining company. Again, they have a ton of other things, actually big boy type miners. They have small home miners like this. They have the NerdQaxe++, which is an amazing miner. We're going to be doing a review on shortly and some comparisons. So they have all that. How much does this cost? This only costs $89. That is actually super competitive, because that's what you would expect to pay for just a Bitaxe Gamma, a cheapo Bitaxe Gamma. Then you've got this nice display model with all of the upgrades. The white PCB has extra cost. So yeah, this is a huge upgrade compared to a normal Bitaxe. Now, who is this for? Well, let's talk profitability. Profitability. How much will this make you? Probably nothing. It'll probably never ever earn you anything, especially if you're mining Bitcoin. If you put this thing on Bitcoin, it may never hit a block in 1,000 years. But you hit it on Bitcoin and it may hit you a block, and one day you wake up and you've got $400,000 extra and you're yelling, yippee, yippee. So there is a chance. There's an itty bitty chance, but there is a chance. And hey, wouldn't that be amazing to wake up and just have this $400,000 worth of Bitcoin dropped into your lap? So then, who is this for and should you buy it? Of course, it depends on your financial situation. If you cannot afford to lose the extra $100, you don't want to waste that money for something that'll probably never make you any money. If that puts you in a tight spot, don't do it. Don't buy something just because somebody like me says, hey man, this is cool. Don't do it. Don't buy it. If you have the expendable income, you love the technology behind it, you want to be part of the blockchain, you want a nice showpiece, then all means buy it. Links will be down in the description. Go check it out and make sure to tell them that your boy Altered sent you. But yeah, this thing's amazing. This thing's beautiful. I'm going to add it to my collection. I might try to put it up here in the background. Maybe I'll move the Mars lander downstairs. I'll make some movements. I might add a shelf with all these mini miners. Of course, the main mining headquarters is getting a little overloaded, and then we got like our little Bitaxe robot here is not even plugged in at the moment. And if you and if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But I think that about wraps it up for today. If you're new to mining, you need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. Always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride. I didn't even do a setup. Let's rewind.